talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, it makes it feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling cause he's looking alone. Two, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're a man, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
I miss you too,
and I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Denver Nuggets. For the Nuggets, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And already the grind of the new season starting to show. Shaq, how do you stay fresh for the long haul, both as a player and as just a massive individual?
Veteran guys, you got to know how to pace yourself. And minute restrictions, it really has become a bigger part of the game.
Yeah, I agree. So, injury histories always taken into account now. This is why you have to develop depth.
How do you stay fresh for the long haul?
Oh, man, I have this drink I put together.
Oh, really? What is it?
Oh, yeah. It's a little, I take tomatoes, right? And I squish them up, and it gets real like tomato sauce.
Uh-huh.
And I put that in. And then I take kale salad. I put that in.
What are you making, spaghetti?
I put ginger in it.
Yeah.
Put that in. I put a little cayenne pepper in. A little bell pepper.
Sounds disgusting.
Ernie, he's making lasagna over there.
Sounds disgusting.
Can I get some of your lasagna?
Oh, man, it's the pepper. It makes you pep up.
Yeah, that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Awesome.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. It's the Denver Nuggets taking on the Brooklyn Nets. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. Well, we got plenty of youth on both sides. Clark, what's it like to be part of an up-and-coming team in this league?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a mixed bag. I think it's both very exciting and on occasion extremely frustrating because you don't know what you don't know, and the lack of experience sometimes is more prevalent with young teams than more experienced ones. So watching both of these teams develop over time is really going to be fun to see how their journey plays out.
These coaches will need a lot of patience, though, and the veterans on the team, too.
Exactly, both ways. You're right.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Murray and Harris, the guards. Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. And it's Barton in at the 3.
Millsap doing a nice job there reading the defense and makes a nice slick pass to burn the opponent.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Outside, Russell. The feed to Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Deep two from Carroll. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And hard work has always been Carroll's calling card. He put the time in to develop that shot.
Here's Millsap. And the layup's good off the glass.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Now here's Cram, guarded by Harris. Millsap with the steal. Harris outside. Over Crabb. That's good from Harris on the assist by Millsap. Harris has got his first points in this one.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Crabb with the ball. Harris is there. Crabb, good.
Yeah, confidence inside from Crabb on display there. Terrific at taking advantage of good looks.
Here's Murray. Lays it up off the glass. Murray's got his second bucket.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. That's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Murray, no good.
And, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
Carroll passes to Russell. Millsap with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's Cram, following the score by Jamal Murray. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Nuggets on D. 4-point game. Grab the pass to Allen. That one goes in. Allen's got 6 points.
Although he's known for his scoring ability primarily, Crabb is also a solid passer. Nice job distributing the ball.
Murray, good.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Nets have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. And here are the Nets, and going against Denver, their first game of the NBA's regular season. Here's Russell. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Nice reaction by D'Angelo to the defense sagging back. Just drops in the simple floater there.
Here's Harris over Crabb, and it's Denver scoring again.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Nets trail by 4. To the middle. It's tipped. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Looking now at some numbers for D'Angelo Russell. How he performed last season. Averaged 15 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Millsap with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Count it.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
You never pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. Russell does that, finds the open man nicely.
The Nets have gotten off to a tremendous start. 7 of 7 here in the first quarter.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Now, here is Russell, following the miss by Jamal Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
So it's Brooklyn now. They trail by 1. And it's Russell missing. And it's Harris off the drive. Rebound, Brooklyn.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
Inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Carroll's got his second bucket of the game to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, and the power and lift from Hollis Jefferson, able to finish right through contact.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. And the regular season officially begins. Most rookies around the league, Clark, will have their eyes wide open. I mean, wow, what an eye-opening experience to play with this speed, this talent. How nervous were you going back to that time in your life? How nervous were you on opening night?
Very nervous, really excited, but there were some butterflies that I had to work really hard at trying to get them to fly in formation because they were all over the place, Kevin. But ultimately, once you get out there and you break that first sweat or you get that first hit or bucket, then it simply becomes basketball. But prior to that, pregame meal, your nap before the game, the butterflies are doing their own thing.
Thomas checked in for Denver. And the free throw, no good.
And, you know, last season the Nets saw a lot of improvement as a group, in large part due to several talent jumps by players on their roster. Organic development, we call that. Overall, just great growth from the young group on the Nets.
That's tipped. Back to Russell. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Excellent size and feel for the game. D'Angelo really just scratching the surface of his potential.
Here's Crabbe. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 6 assists in the game. And as you said, Clark, a lot of strong progression last season from the Nets' young core.
Yeah, you look at Hollis Jefferson and LeVert, both took big steps forward. Spencer Dinwiddie continued to grow as a point guard. I mean, Harris, Hollis Jefferson, LeVert, Dinwiddie, nice core pieces to build around.
And you love how Russell keeps his eyes up, rarely misses a guy when he's free. And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
Now, here is Russell. The pass to Crabbe. And they double up Russell. And stolen by Harris. Here's Barton. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, one of the things that's fun to watch, guys, is the evolution of a player. And Barton has really evolved into a solid player. Even though he was a second-round pick, he's come a long way.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, these second-round picks that sometimes emerge as outstanding players, Will Barton, a case in point. As a matter of fact, he can give you the handbook for being an outstanding second-round pick because he's really pretty good at just about everything you need to do on the basketball court.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Both shots good from the stripe. And talking about Barton, you look at the body type, the game that he plays, Clark, well built for the modern era of pro basketball.
Yeah, especially since he's added some strength, Kevin. He can guard 1 through 3. You can't push him around as much as you once could. And, of course, this guy does not lack for confidence.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Off target from the baseline. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Out to Harris. Launches it. Knocks down the 3-ball. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's LeVert. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Harris a screen. Fareed the pass to Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound. This one for 3. No good on the shot. The Nuggets trail by 3. And that one's good. Barton's got 6.
Barton doesn't back up now. He really takes on challenges. Even when you rough up Barton, he's going to fight through contact and make it hard for you.
And stolen by Barton for the finish. And Barton throws it down. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's LeVert, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back. Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Thomas. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Really surprised a little bit to see him drift out to the three-point line, but I guess I shouldn't be if you can stroke it like that.
Here's Thomas. Finished off the break. And now a 6-point Nugget lead.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And now it's a double-digit lead. 10 points for Isaiah Thomas.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Nuggets foul. Isaiah Thomas. That's his first personal foul.
And, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie appeared to come out of nowhere. Played in college at Colorado, got hurt right before he was drafted. But he's an outstanding competitor who does all of the little things it takes to win. I mean, you watch him play, and it's easy to see why he earns a coach's trust on the floor.
And he makes the first. And for Dinwiddie, he has the sound fundamentals coaches love. Got an invite to the skills competition last season.
Yeah, he's fluid, but he's almost robotic in that he doesn't waste any movement, and that's a compliment for this guy. I mean, he's not really flashy, but super effective because he knows his game, and he does a nice job blending in with his teammates.
Nets trail by 9. Feeds to Harris. Over to the left wing. Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Thomas. 5 on the clock. LeVert the pass to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
They double him with Barton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Down low. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 5 points so far.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eyes.
Here's Barton. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for Denver.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
And he makes the first. And the Denver Nuggets, you look at their improvement last year, Clark, especially on their home court.
Yeah, they owned the NBA's 4th best home record last season, Kevin. Went 31-10, and, some of it obviously is the altitude, but also when you've got younger players, they play better at home because they're not quite emotionally mature enough to be consistent on the road yet.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis, right wing. Here's LeVert. No good on the triple. The Nuggets leading by 9. Pass to Wiles. Over for Reed. The Nuggets with another miss. Brooklyn's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. That shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Barton. And Barton throws it down.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And Brooklyn has possession. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Plumlee attacking. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb and the execution even better.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Denver making a switch here.
Jamal Murray.
Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And, there you see the instincts of IT. Sensing when his man is broken free and then getting the ball there on time.
Here's Plumlee. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Nuggets lead by 10. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Dinwiddie and LeVert teaming up as the backcourt. Davis is out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Harris in at the small forward. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, "The drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. It's gotten me this far." Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you. Here's Murray. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
LeVert, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And LeVert has described his game as constantly evolving, something backed up as his transition from wing to simply playmaker.
Yeah, he's a high-character, high-quality young man, and he's gone through a ton of injuries going back to his days at Michigan, getting more and more comfortable with the ball in his hands because he's a guy that can make plays, and I think his game is just going to continue to grow as the years pass.
Mark, you had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate. Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
Now here's Porter. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic for mid-range. And as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
First one falls for him. And Greg, with Michael Porter combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability, he's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Davis. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Faried. Damari Carroll's checked in for Harris. And it's Allen Crabbe in for LeVert.
Yeah, a former 5-star recruit. We know about the talent level with Porter, but he's also a mature, hard-working guy. Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, you look at D'Angelo Russell, and this season and last season, I really think it was just about maturing, and that goes with all young players in this league. It's a process. I thought he needed to get away from L.A. and the episode he had there with his teammates, and I think he's now more focused and knows more of what it takes to be successful in the NBA.
Why everybody gets a roll on, and you loving that's a no-no. Why? You know I get around. Big time and only with that neck sound. I be coming famous, so I love it. I got wanna be on the problem, and they escalate with the so up and down and they going. Ooh, I'm ballin' like babies. They wanna have my baby. Nah, fresh like mayonnaise. They can't stand it. Now big time, whoa. Now big time, big time, big time.
This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. 5th, Jamal Murray.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Crabbe, no good. And for Russell, he had maturing to do Clark off the court, but he has also showed maturation in his game on the floor as well.
Yeah, it's a natural progression for guys who are eager to get better and take constructive criticism seriously. He doesn't force it as much on offense now. He knows the importance of being efficient with the ball and not spectacular.
Now, here is Russell, following the miss by Gary Harris.
The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
6 points given away on miscues. They can't afford many more if they're going to cut into this lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
The quick look, no good that time. Nets trail by 20. Poked loose. It's stolen by Harris. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Guys, this is the NBA. You keep giving the ball away, you're going to get punished.
Value the possession. Vital to winning basketball games. We all know that. And if you don't, you cripple yourself.
Kept alive. Crabbe kicks to Carroll. Gets to the corner and buries it. Carroll's got 8 points.
He is a legit catch-and-shoot option. DeMarre Carroll comfortable rising up as soon as he gets it.
And it goes down 2 points.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now Harris, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. Bucket is good.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now here's Crabbe. He has 7. There's the pick. A 3-ball. The offensive rebound. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Nuggets making a change here. Jokic is checked in. Millsap with the double team. Hollis Jefferson passes to Crabbe.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
The Nuggets leading by 22. Here's Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 16 points for Gary Harris.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance. Go ahead and get it, youngster. Hollis Jefferson showing off the springs.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Millsap with the steal. Here's Harris. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Allen. Right side Russell, 13 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, he's so good at creating shots in that mid-range area. D'Angelo, a difficult guy to stay close to.
And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low, so taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends, and I'd throw DeMarre Carroll in that category as well for them.
And it's slammed in by Millsap.
You know, when he's got the position he wants inside, he's committed to throwing it down, and Millsap, he's got a nice vertical on him too.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
See a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Harris.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Look at that jam!
Wow. Come on now, bring the thunder, rock that rim. Not many players in the league can play at that elevation. I mean, Hollis Jefferson putting on the show. A high wire act.
And the shot goes down.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
Russell kicks to Allen, to the middle. There's Hollis Jefferson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Hollis Jefferson's got 15 points.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Russell. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets, a high percentage shooter down low.
Smooth sailing for Denver. Here's Millsap. And it's Denver scoring again.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Allen. 6 points for him. It's Russell with the drive. Shot clock at 5. Over Murray. Russell, no luck.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Murray, good.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. And then for Denver, Will Barton, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Gary Harris. Down low, Dinwiddie, good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 9th assist in the game now. Smooth sailing for Denver. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Basket good. 16 points for Millsap.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
He is out there for his defense. But as quiet as it's kept, Hollis Jefferson making an impact with his scoring, too.
And that one's good, Barton.
Timeout. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Timeout called the Nets. We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if you're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got three-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
I used to be holding the camera. Headed the dash out your window up. That's praying to me like my hand got done. We love will time, but I feel like Santana. Sweet I can just touch the hand of Montana. I was clean, Tony Montano.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Ed Davis is checked in for Allen. Kenneth Faried comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Harris is checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's LeVert in for D'Angelo Russell. And a switcher also for Denver. Miles checked in. A nice shot by LeVert.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Here's Dinwiddie. He kicks to Faried. Harris a screen. Faried the pass to LeVert. They double him with Jokic. To the paint. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Screen by Faried. Here's LeVert. Martin defending. LeVert the pass to Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Davis has got 8 points.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Dinwiddie. Davis kicks to Dinwiddie. Martin with the rebound.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Millsap with the double team. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Here's Dinwiddie. Millsap with the double team. Passes to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And that one's good. Millsap.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch, and They're not looking back now.
And so it's Denver out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Jamal Murray has been the story in this one. He ended up with 24 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, that'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. The Nuggets shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor.
And, last year the Nuggets, really incredible offensive production, top 10 in points and assists, and had the 6th best offensive rating in the league.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Martin and Millsap at the small and power forward spots. The guards are Thomas and Harris, and it's Jokic in at the center. Here's Barton after D'Angelo Russell's bucket, and Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Harris. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Harris has got 20 points. And Clark, talking about the Nuggets, this is a roster that's built to put up points.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game, Kevin. I mean, we love talking defense and this other stuff, but the game is about putting the ball in the basket. And when you've got shooters and a bunch of them who share the ball, that's a fun team to watch.
Crabbe's gone 4 of 10 here, has 6 misses. Here's Murray. Brooklyn with the rebound. Russell's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And that one's good. Millsap. He's got 26.
And, Millsap ready to shoot anytime he's close to the basket. Gets it off before the defense can react.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. And Allen with the block. Millsap with the steal. Murray, good.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Millsap, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And the shot is good.
And with the physical gifts that Hollis Jefferson has, he plays a lot bigger than his listed height.
And Barton throws it down.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
Jokic with the steal, and that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Carroll. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his 3rd foul of the game. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Crab dishes to Allen. They double him with Jokic. Millsap with the steal. Jokic inside. He's against Allen. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 4 assists in the game. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. And yes, it's good. That's now 8 points for Allen.
Just a beautiful read by the former Buckeye Russell. So gifted at making those decisions.
Here's Murray. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, love the job they're doing here of getting into the teeth of that defense.
Well, he was the 6th pick in the draft not too long ago, Jamal Murray, and started slowly, which can happen for a lot of young guys. Shooting percentages were down, turnovers up, but everybody knew he could still shoot.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Plumlee's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Murray. And Clark discussing Murray. This is a guy with truly deep range.
Yeah, in the gym range, Kevin, and his shooting motion stays consistent no matter where he shoots the ball from. I think his best trait, shooting the ball, is one that every team craves.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And that one's good. Barton's got 18 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 20 points for Will Barton.
When he's driving, he's committed to scoring, so not much you can do against Barton in that situation.
They double him with Barton. To the paint. Here's Allen, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's on Gary Harris. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
And that one falls for Allen. Well, it's been a long time coming for Nets fans, but starting this offseason, Brooklyn will actually own their own draft pick.
I hope for all Nets fans they can avoid this situation for a long time.
Porter's checked in for the Nuggets. And Allen drops them both. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting an absolutely astounding 80% from the field. Everything is falling. Kept alive. Jokic. Plumlee trying to break loose. And that one's good. Jokic. He's got 8.
Persistence pays, and Jokic not giving up on the play, doing a nice job pursuing the basketball there.
Crabbe kicks to Russell. Over Murray. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and the layup is good. Hollis Jefferson's got 4 this quarter.
He has still not missed a shot. Where would they be today without him?
And Murray, here we go. Banked in off the glass.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
Russell against Murray. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
Free throw good, Russell. And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
Count it. 33 points for Jamal Murray.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Harris on the double team.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And Allen Crabbe, a strong shooter from outside, but he can still be a bit streaky, Greg, at times.
Yeah, I mean, he'll joke with himself that when he's off, he plays like Allen, but when he's on, he's playing like AC. I mean, he uses that Jekyll and Hyde motivation to make sure he stays aggressive on offense. The team and coaching staff are in on it as well, as they know a hot Crabbe is a handful to deal with.
And, you know, Crabbe's overall game is impressive. He's a rangy defender who also doesn't lack confidence when it comes to shooting and scoring.
Both free throws good from Crabbe.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Now, here is Russell, following the miss by Jamal Murray.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Fires the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. That's 36 points for Jamal Murray.
Boy, Murray has such a soft ball. I mean, he shoots a soft shot, especially from deep, where he is automatic.
And stolen by Murray. Drops in the breakaway layup. Murray's got 38 points. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. The Nets have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Denver calls timeout.
And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
So for the Nets, Ed Davis is checked in for Allen. Kenneth Faried comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Crabb. Lyles checked in for Denver. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Harris. Free throw good, Russell. And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a two-guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
You know, a decent free throw shooter at this point in his career. D'Angelo has the natural stroke, I think, to become one of the league's best. Shoots it very fluidly and easily.
For Denver, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
Free throws good, Lyle. And the Denver Nuggets probably would have made the playoffs last year if their defense, Clark, had performed as well as their offense.
Well, simply put, dead last in opponents' field goal percentage. Very few teams with that stat ever make the playoffs. Some of it's perhaps scheme, but most of the time it's about attitude and effort and personnel. That's not going to get it done in the robust and tough West. And, you know, last year the Denver Nuggets were dominant from behind the arc. I mean, 6th in the league in three-pointers made, 7th in three-point percentage.
And, Clark, for the Nuggets last season, they, in general, shot pretty well from the field.
Well, you take a look at the rotations they rolled out, Kevin, always had an outstanding shooter or two on the floor and generally employed good shot selection, so that adds up to nice numbers.
No good on that one. And Kenneth Faried, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But, Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
He hits the second from the line.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Here's Porter. Yep, that one goes. Porter's got 7.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Murray has a full package. I mean, he's a deadly shooter and a surprisingly good penetrator, too. A terrific guard.
The Nuggets have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. And so Murray nails both of them.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Not only that, we're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line for 2. And, guys, Kenny Atkinson, a coach who has a knack for player development.
Yeah, he does, and the players' improvement on this Nets team speaks to that. I mean, Atkinson has done a terrific job of improving his young players. Also gets the most out of the veterans and teaches them new skills and approaches to their game, which endears them to the players and helps his team.
The first one falls. And Harris drops them both. The Nuggets shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. The three. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Dinwiddie. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. And Fareed kicks to Dinwiddie. Buries it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 6.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open a look.
And the basket by Thomas.
Well, a common thread throughout the evening, IT's ability to get his shot, and he's converting at a high rate.
They set the pick. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Murray. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Fareed. Rebound by Murray.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Count the basket. 20 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 6. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
For Brooklyn, Ed Davis. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one drops. So he gets them both. And here's Plumlee. 8 points for him. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And it's Davis with the jam.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Here's Murray. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
Yes,
Thomas got 9 assists now tonight. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. Here's LeVert. Rebound by the Nuggets. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Murray, no good. Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Thomas, and the basket is good. LeVert's got 15.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
And for the Nets, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Davis. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Davis has got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's exactly why you got to box him out, because when you don't, that's what happens. He burns you on the glass.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And for Isaiah Thomas going into free agency, what he thought might be a big payday opportunity was, Greg, anything but that.
A few years ago, he was talking about backing up the Brinks truck. Had to take a deal to prove he can still play. Has had a tumultuous past few years, but this deal could work out for the team if he can get back to form.
Free throw good, Murray.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for Plumlee, and Barton subbed in for Porter. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Out to the right wing. A nice shot by LeVert. 17 points in the game.
And, you know, LeVert, when he's on a roll, he's like a boulder. It just keeps snowballing in a positive direction, and nothing can stop him.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Here's LeVert following the basket by Paul Millsap.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
The Nuggets shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. Barton, no luck. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Davis with a screen on Barton. And here's Harris from the arc. No good on that one. And it's Denver the other way. And it's Barton that time on the assist by Murray. Murray's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Absolutely terrific in transition. When the floor opens up, Barton attacks and doesn't let up.
To the middle, here's Harris. Fareed at the elbow. Here's Dinwiddie. The three-pointer, no good.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Now here is Harris, following the missed shot by Will Barton. Pass to LeVert. Back to Harris. Rebound by the Nuggets. Millsap's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all. And just solid play out of them that time.
The feed to Fareed. Over Millsap. The shot's good from Fareed. Fareed's got 5 points now in the quarter. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And the Nuggets making a change here.
Harris.
11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Barton drives in, nails the runner. Barton's got 24.
The speed and athleticism of Barton, superb. So venomous on these drives to the rim. Take that, fellas.
D'Angelo Russell.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Denver on top, opening up a huge gap. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And here's Brooklyn. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. We've got Shabazz Napier. Kenneth Faried is out there with Davis. Then there's Jared Dudley, and it's Graham in at the 2 spot. So that's the Nets 5.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Fast break points, the edge goes to them, and those quick buckets are easy money. I love to see that.
Now here's Napier. Here's the floater. Here's Faried. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And all Faried needs is just a little wiggle room inside. Once he has that, he's scoring it.
Hernan Gomez. And he gets the bucket.
Assisted by
Clark, an interesting aspect of the one-and-done controversy. Increasingly, these guys are being asked to take on a big role in the NBA right away.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm all for guys that have the unique ability and opportunity to play pro basketball out of high school or after 1 or 2 years of college. I would love to see college kids hang around for 2 or 3 years, but that's not realistic for the supremely gifted. But it does put pressure on your teams if you're expecting these young guys to come in and impact winning right away. It takes a little time, most cases, for even really highly talented players to become winning NBA players.
Now here's Barton. Lays it up off the glass. Barton's got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, Will Barton has a full offensive arsenal. I mean, can spot up, drive it, score off the dribble. That about covers it, doesn't it?
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Denver. Morris into the lane. 2 points. That one goes. Morris has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Well, they're scorching right now. I mean, the defense has to be concerned. Nothing they're doing is stopping this run.
Now here is Davis. Kicks it to Napier. Looking to end the run. But they recover it. Davis, the pass to Dudley. Tries yet again. Faried. Great positioning on the putback.
Kenneth Faried, always aggressive in attacking the glass. You got to put a body on him or he'll make you pay with offensive rebound.
The baseline J. Rebounded by Faried. Faried's got his 5th rebound in this one. On its way from Dudley for 2. Will not go. This is off the front iron. It's Beasley on the wing. Shoots over Graham. And Napier pulls it down. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Craig kicks to Beasley. Another shot. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan Gomez. That is his first foul of the game. Jokic has checked in for Trey Lyles.
Nikola Jokic.
And the Nets with possession here. Graham kicks to Davis. The Nets working the ball around now. And Faried throws it down.
One of the things Faried does best, throwing it down. He's an impressive athlete with great pop.
Ooh! That's how you attack. Wow.
Oh, man. my.
I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then, he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness.
Boy, I can't get enough of that, guys. I mean, he is a true rim wrecker.
And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Saturday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns.
And for that game against the Warriors, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
That free throw, no good. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
Here's Crabb. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Screen by Fareed. High post try. Crabb, good.
You got to respect the mid-range jumper of Crabb. All he needs is a little room, and it's off.
Craig, good.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Davis sets a screen. Napier kicks to Graham. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
And Beasley, here we go. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
The Nuggets shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. And most players appreciate and recognize that. And for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love it.
There's the pick. There's the pass to Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
The Nets have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Crabb in the corner, puts up a 3, and it's Denver with the rebound.
He's still looking for his first 3-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Got that one up quick. Craig's got 4 points in the quarter.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Graham. Denver grabs the miss. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Craig, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Grab the pass to Fareed. Here's Graham. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Denver's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Here's Craig. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Pass to Napier, beyond the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here's Morris. Beasley inside. He's guarded by Crabb. They get it again. Shot's good by Hernangomez.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Now here's Napier. Graham with the ball. Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Napier kicks to Fareed. You know, every coach talks about playing team basketball, Clark. When it comes to the fans, they really come out to see the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
Well, I think fans enjoy elite players and great talent across any sport. But they also recognize that team play is critical to winning. So I think it's a combination. Fans, I think we've got to give them a little more credit. Sure, they want to see the stars play, but they want to win, and they know to win, teams have to be about team basketball, not just highlighting and enjoying the stars.
Stolen by Fareed. Now here's Crabb, covered by Beasley. Beasley comes with the double team, and there's a whistle. That goes on Hernangomez. That's his third foul of the game. Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
Fareed, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
At the line for two.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
First free throw is good. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. And we see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Here's Harris. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From deep, and the three ball is good.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And, Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Denver with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Got that bucket in no time at all. Beasley's got 14 points now in the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
No one covering.
I find LeVert to be at his best when he's in rhythm. When he's pulling up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Here's Beasley. Again, the Nuggets score.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter.
Here's LeVert. And the three off target. Beasley outside. Baseline J on the way, and that one off the back of the rim and in. 1:42 left to play here in the fourth. To the paint. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
The rebound by the Nets.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Denver.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of Game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in Game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul Millsap.
I thought his active hands were a big help. I mean, he took some chances on defense, and his gambles paid off. He got a bunch of steals.
That free throw, no good. Teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics, but now teams are running only one, maybe 2 guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score, and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Denver ball.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. The Nets shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Morris. Screen by Fareed. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Craig, shoots from the baseline. LeVert grabs the miss. There's 39 seconds left in the game. He feeds it to Fareed, and finished off by Fareed.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
2 shots.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Call timeout.
They lead. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're really just being conservative, making sure they don't make any last-minute mistakes, I guess. I mean, I have no idea. No idea.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And Porter drops them both. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. And Morris comes over to help. Passes it to LeVert. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Nuggets. Now, here's Lyons. Over for Reed. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately, the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later.